Disney characters with serious mental disorders. Post-traumatic stress. Xenophobia. Narcissism.
Someone get her out of here!
Sorry about that, but yelling for this disturbed topic is fair enough. Let's get ready to madness. Number 1. Tinkerbell, Peter Pan. It's time for this sweet little fairy that can take you to Neverland.
Now, think of the happiest things. It's the same as having wings.
This is awesome! But there's a change in Tinkerbell's personality that can become her an unstable character. I'm talking about her main disorder, borderline personality disorder. This means her mood, behavior, and relationships are unstable. Due to this illness, she constantly has problems with regulating her emotions and thoughts, having impulsive and imprudent behaviors. Now you understand why she loves and hates Peter Pan.
Makes sense.
Number 2. Captain Hook, Peter Pan. You do know the villain in the classic fairy tale Peter Pan, I know. A famous pirate who has a hook as... Easy, Hook. I was just introducing you. It's not necessary to be sassy.
Did Pan show good form when he did this to me?
But it's not my fault. I'm just introducing you. Anyway, since you've been mean to me, I'll tell everybody about your disorder, and that is post-traumatic stress disorder. This trauma has its roots in Peter Pan cutting Hook's hand off and feeding it to crocodiles. In addition, this terrible event triggered his herpetophobia, which is the fear of reptiles.
I'll get you for this, Pan, if it's the last thing I do.
I understand your hate now, Hook, and why you get startled every time you hear a tick-tock as you think they're coming to eat you.
Smee! Save me, Smee, please. Don't let him get me, Smee, please. Don't let him get me, Smee.
Someone help this poor man. Number 3. King Triton, the Little Mermaid. He is known as the Seven Seas King and the sweet father of Ariel.
Help me, Ariel. I am going to get through to you. And if this is the only way, so be it.
Well, not so sweet, but a little severe. I won't lie to you, he is very violent. Maybe it's not that simple to rule the Sea Kingdom while taking care of his rebellious daughter. But that's not an excuse to hate humans you don't even know.
Know him? I don't have to know him. They're all the same. Spineless, savage, harpooning fish eaters. Incapable of any feeling.
Daddy, I love him!
Hey, Ariel, you didn't say that. You don't understand you have a xenophobic father. He even calls them barbarians.
Ariel, how many times must we go through this? You could have been seen by one of those barbarians, by one of those human.
I can't understand his rejection for them a little bit since King Triton lost his wife because of humans. However, it's not right to have such attitude and hate, although his arguments sound logical. King Triton needs to go on vacation to Bora Bora right now. Number 4. Scar, the Lion King.
Life's not fair, is it? You see, I shall never be king. And you shall never see the light of another day.
Scar has malice running through his veins, which turns him into one of the most fearsome villains in the Disney world. He's a sociopath. Do you know how I know? For this.
Yeah, be prepared. We'll be prepared. For what?
For the death of the king.
Is he sick?
No, fool, we're gonna kill him. And Simba, too.
He would kill anyone in order to get what he wants. Besides, his horrifying personality is the same as real-life murderers.
I'm so scared.
Everyone would be afraid of knowing a person with narcissistic personality disorder. A person who expects to be recognized as a superior and removes everything crossing their path, I guess.
Long live the king.
This is so much evilness. It's every man for himself. Number 5. Hades, Hercules. I couldn't forget to mention the king of the underworld, the fearsome Hades.
Let's get ready to rumble!
You said it. This one wants to destroy Hercules so that his monsters can defeat Zeus and he can easily take control of Olympus because
there's one god you don't want to get steamed up. It's Hades.
'Cause he had an evil plan.
you should be very cautious about him. But actually, it doesn't have sense to be so clever and ghoulish if you have these henchmen.
Pain! Oh! And panic! Reporting for duty!
Who mess up Hades' plans doing everything foolish and drive him crazy. I don't blame him. They're really useless. Even so, he loses control many times. And trust me when I say many times,
Around in the way! What? I know!
Might be an indicator of really aggressive behavior. This is because Hades suffers from intermittent explosive disorder, which makes him lose control every time something is not going the way he expected. Thank goodness he can't hurt anyone while staying in the underworld. Number 6, Pinocchio.
Now I have just the name for you. Pinocchio.
A sweet and loving puppet dreaming about becoming a real boy. But to deserve it, he had to do this.
Prove yourself brave, truthful, and unselfish, and someday you will be a real boy.
Unfortunately, Pinocchio has the misfortune to get a lot of temptations, and even though Jiminy Cricket warns him about danger, he ends up being on the wrong track. And not only that, but it seems this little puppet is mythomaniac. He is likely to say a lie after lie. The worst thing is those actions make him get his nose growing longer, longer, and longer.
Oh, look! My nose! What's happened?
Perhaps you haven't been telling the truth, Pinocchio.
Blue Fairy caught you, Pinocchio. Good thing is Pinocchio learns from his mistakes and turns into a real boy.
I'm a real boy!
This calls for a celebration.
Number 7, Jafar, Aladdin.
The royal vizier, Jafar, he's delighted too.
Ecstatic.
I feel your sarcasm. Your lack of comfort won't stop me from talking about you. Jafar is a Machiavellian character who always does things for his own benefit no matter what happens to others.
Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
This is nothing good. Jafar has a psychopathic mind and not a bit of moral responsibility or social conscience, and his behavior often fits in with criminal activities.
That's awful.
Beyond your imagination. He knew how to earn the trust of the Sultan and manipulate him to get what he longed for, the magical lamp.
At last, after all my years of searching, the Cave of Wonder.
The conspiracies and machination of this villain are more dangerous than any other character openly aggressive. His real face is a giant snake! Be careful with Jafar!
Most powerful being on earth.
Number 8, Tigger, Winnie the Pooh.
Hello, I'm Tigger.
He is one of the most charismatic characters in the Winnie the Pooh world. The most incredible thing is that he has a special song to be defined as unique and different.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tiggers are wonderful things. Their tops are made out of rubber, their bottoms are made out of springs. They're bouncy, trouncy, flouncy, pouncy, fun, 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 fun. But the most wonderful thing about Tiggers is I'm the only one.
However, what he says doesn't match what he does, since he describes himself as being extraordinary, but in reality, his actions are nothing impressive. This funny character loves showing off, but his biggest problems actually are the attention deficit, impulsiveness, and hyperactivity leading him to make so many mistakes. It's wonderful to be a Tigger, but it's not so funny if you suffer from these illnesses. Number 9, Queen Grimhilda, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Up to this point, you have figured out already that it's easy to find villains who have serious mental disorders.
You're absolutely right.
Of course I am. So it's nothing surprising that Snow White's evil stepmother is included in this disturbed list. She suffers from narcissism, paranoia, and countless delusions.
Slave in the magic mirror, come from the farthest space.
Who on earth would talk to a mirror? Who? Apparently this queen. Not only once, but many times. which makes her seem like one of the most disturbed mind characters in the magical world of Disney. I get the heebie-jeebies just hearing her. The narcissist personality of this power-thirsty queen makes her feel above everyone else as she was superior. Her beauty is all that matters to her, and she won't stop until destroying Snow White to be the most attractive. Number 10. Peter Pan. Definitively, I couldn't forget to mention this interesting character whose name was used to baptize a mental disorder. I'm talking about Peter Pan syndrome. This refers to people wanting to stay as children in mind and never grow up.
This is ridiculous.
Probably, but it is real, and this character suffers from it for sure. This happened because Peter Pan decided to never become an adult and stay in Neverland to get funny without responsibilities. The bad thing is he will never grow up and be irresponsible at making decisions.
This is just a game to you, isn't it? Well, I'm tired of playing.
Gosh, Jane, we didn't mean to make you mad.
Oh, grow up, you did so.
Even Jane told him off for being so immature and thinking about the consequences of his actions. Even so, time is nothing for this boy. His life is all fun, fantasy, and adventure. In a way, having a child's soul, no matter the age, is good, but don't overreact and go to the other end as Peter Pan did.
Come on, Tink, let's go home.
Now I opened your eyes. Tell me, what character was the most horrifying for you? Do you know about any other disorders? If you loved the video, click on like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more. Don't go yet, I have more entertaining videos for you. What are you waiting for? Click on any of them.